video, we're going to do a Jeep Gladiator MPG test. We're going to be driving from the Hudson Valley in New York to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Approximate time is about, well, by the time it breaks and everything, I'm thinking about 13.5 hours, so I should be there tomorrow about, I'm going to say about 11 a.m. I will be giving updates every 100 miles, every time we cross a state line, like I've done in past videos. We just left now, and our next thing should be over the New Jersey border. Right now we're averaging 20.6. Our range is 421 miles. The total trip should be about 750 miles. So we'll have one gas break, and we'll stop for gas when we get there. Alright everyone, wish me a safe journey. We'll talk to you later. We're about 65 miles into the trip as I am watching the Yankees trying to stave off elimination. We just crossed the New Jersey border. It's one of our second of 7 states. So far, we're averaging 23.1 miles to gallon. We'll be checking back in another 35 miles before, if you guys want to know, I am driving the 3.6 Pentastar legendary engine. And I'm driving, that's right, you better believe it, a 6-speed manual transmission. There is no other way to go, as my Yankees have taken the lead. Oh boy, what a comeback this is going to be. So, I believe, I want to say the sticker on this vehicle when I bought it, I want to say it's in about, I want to say 16 city and about 22 highway. We'll see how well we do. Right now it's smooth cruising. It's about 71 degrees. It's October 7th. It's about 10:24 p.m. and we'll see you in a little while. 100 miles into our 750 mile trip to Myrtle Beach. It's 11 o'clock on the East Coast. We're southbound on the New Jersey Turnpike. We're doing the MPG test on a 2021 Jeep Gladiator with the 3.6 Pentastar engine, 6-speed manual transmission. Right now we're currently at 23.5 miles a gallon we're averaging. We are on regular all-season radial tires. And if you're asking, is this car been maintained? Yep, right before I went this trip, it was in for its 6,000 interval oil change and tire rotation and multi-port inspection. The drivetrain service was done on it, which means the front and rear differential, the transfer case, were all maintained. They did recommend an air filter, which I did myself, because why spend 50 bucks on something I can do myself? The cabin air filter has been replaced, which I also did myself. And they recommended wiper blades, which I also did myself. The only thing I didn't get done they recommended, because I didn't have the money at the time, was the manual transmission service, which I'll do when I get back from my trip. The odometer on the truck is currently just over 31,200 miles, and I just celebrated on October 4th its 4th birthday. So we'll see you in another 100 miles. Wish me well and safety, and we'll talk to you later. Back. We're at the 200-mile mark of the trip. We've also just crossed into Delaware from New Jersey. And right now we're averaging 23.1 miles to the gallon. We haven't stopped since we left. You know, I gotta confess, I messed up one thing already. I spent so much of my life driving my 5-speed manual, I forget there's a 6th gear on this. So even though I've been on cruise control for a long time this time of night, I should have had it on 6th gear. It was on the 5th. So I might have screwed myself out of some MPGs there. But anyone who lives in the Northeast and drives a stick shift Wrangler or Gladiator with a 6-speed manual knows chances are you spend more time in reverse than you do in 6th gear. I mean, 6th gear is like the ultimate cruise and cruise control gear. The only time I ever use a 6th gear is on trips like this, where I know I'm going to be on the road for a while. I'm traveling overnight where I know traffic is not going to be an issue. That's it. I mean, otherwise, when I'm home in New York, I never, hardly ever use 6th gear. So that's it for now. I'm on the 23.2 as we're traveling south on I-95. It's 12:34 a.m. on a Wednesday morning, and we'll see you soon at the Maryland border, which is coming up real short. Back, we are about to cross over from Delaware into Maryland, which will be our 3rd state in our 7-state journey to Myrtle Beach. Currently, we're at 23.2 miles a gallon. We're at 3 hours and 41 minutes into our trip, and we approximately have about 530 miles to go. As we're now officially in Maryland, so that's it for now. We'll see you in a couple hours, I'm sorry, 85 more miles. We'll be at the 300-mile mark. We'll give you a report then, and we'll talk to you later. 300-mile mark of the trip. We're averaging exactly 23 miles per gallon, or 5 hours into a approximately 12 to 13 hour trip, depending on stops. It is 2:10 a.m. in the morning. I'm on southbound 95 in the state of Maryland. We're about 17 miles away from the DC and Virginia border, better known as the DMV. We're about, looks like about a quarter of a tank away. So I'm assuming about halfway into the trip, around the beach. Sometime we're between the 350, 375 mark. We'll be stopping for our probably one of two gas stops. So we'll see you at the Virginia border relatively shortly. Hello everyone, we're back. Real quickly, we just crossed the DC line, and then we crossed about 2 seconds later the Virginia line, according to the GPS. 324 miles into a 750 mile trip approximately, averaging 23.1 miles an hour, miles per gallon, I'm sorry. Been in cruise control pretty much the whole way, going between 60 and 70 miles an hour in 6th gear, using a manual transmission. It's about 71 degrees at 2:25 a.m. We are southbound on 95 in Alexandria, Virginia. And looks like we'll be making a gas stop relatively soon, I would say within the next hour. We'll talk to you then. We're somewhere in Virginia, right outside the suburbs of Richmond. About to pull into the station. We are 392.5 miles into the trip. We have 354 left. Approximately about 5 hours and 40 minutes. And right now we're averaging 23.3 miles to the gallon. At the 400 mile mark, we'll be back with another update. Everyone, we're back at the 400 mile mark. Just filled up at an Exxon station in somewhere in Virginia on the outskirts of Richmond. Passing King's Dominion right now. Southbound on 95. Be consistent. We're still averaging about 23.1 miles per gallon. So we are 405 miles into our trip, 341 miles more to go. Probably one more fill up somewhere by, I think, by the North and South Carolina border probably. We'll see, and we'll keep you updated as we go along. We're at the 500 mile mark, just over it, and we also just crossed into the North Carolina border. Our 6th state of 7 plus the District of Columbia we're going through, and so far with the cruise control at 75 miles an hour in 6th gear, we're averaging 22.2 miles per gallon. 505 miles into our trip. We got approximately another 242 miles to go according to the GPS. Next update will be at the 600 mile mark. 100 mile mark somewhere deep in North Carolina as we approach daybreak in about 21 minutes. We're still at, well, since we had the cruise control set on 75, we dropped the 1 mpg. We're about up to 21.8 miles to the gallon. Again on cruise control in 6th gear. So next stop will be either at the 700 mark or the South Carolina border. Mile mark of my trip. We're still deep in North Carolina somewhere. Or eventually we'll be approaching the South Carolina border. We're still averaging 23.1 miles to the gallon. We're 701 miles into the trip. Looks like we have about another 50 miles exactly till we get there. So, I'll give you another quick report when we get to the South Carolina border. Things are looking good. 68 degrees and sunny here in North Carolina. So, gotta love these back roads down south, man. There's hardly any traffic down here. Anyway, God bless you all. We'll see you in probably about 10 minutes. Of course, the South Carolina border, 41 more miles to my destination, averaging 23.2 miles to the gallon. So far, the trip's taken 11 hours and 14 minutes. Next time we'll see you, we'll be at my final destination for the final number. Approaching, I'm 3/10 of a mile away from my location. The total mileage is going to be 751.4 miles, averaging exactly 24 miles to the gallon, which is 2 more than the sticker price said on the highway, which said I think was 22. Total trip is going to take 12 hours and 15 minutes. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. God bless you all. Take care of each other. Keep the faith. Jesus loves you. And we'll see you next video.